Witnessing Krillin's predicament, Gohan finally flew into a rage. He delivered a vigorous kick to Frieza with one foot, then threw a punch towards his abdomen. After landing a punch on Frieza's chin, a series of kicks followed, sending Frieza crashing down. Immediately after, he unleashed a wave with one hand. After Frieza blocked with both hands, he discovered that Gohan had already amassed power and charged with a wave. Frieza toppled heavily to the ground. Gohan persisted in launching waves to attack, leaving Vegeta stunned. At this moment, Gohan's hands concentrated astonishing power and hurled it towards Frieza. Suddenly, the yellow energy wave turned scarlet and generated a colossal impact force. After it concluded, Vegeta heaved a sigh. He wondered how emotional fluctuations could trigger such a potent force in Gohan. Gohan regained his composure and gazed at the water, turning dejected. At this time, Dende emerged from the water and brought Krillin along as well. It turned out that Krillin still had a wisp of breath left. Vegeta hurriedly reminded Frieza to wake up promptly. Sure enough, Frieza stood up and claimed that it hurt just a tad earlier. This time, Frieza grew enraged, and his power escalated once more. While Goku's hydrotherapy wasn't over yet, Vegeta surprisingly prompted Gohan to run fast. In the next second, Frieza kicked Gohan down. Vegeta urgently sent out a wave, and then followed up with another blast. However, Frieza told him not to fret. He approached Gohan, and Gohan's successive attacks all missed. He was even yanked out several hairs by Frieza. Gohan couldn't keep pace with Frieza's movements and was trampled on the ground. Piccolo was still accelerating and sprinting, but Vegeta was helpless. Just as Goku was about to rush out in advance with a shout of Ki Blast Slash, Frieza's tail was severed. The one who made the move was Krillin. Frieza looked dumbfounded. Then, Krillin's consecutive Kai Blast slashes were all evaded. Goku also sensed that Krillin had regained his strength, and Krillin employed a Kai Blast Crack Slash again. Frieza also dodged hastily. Krillin even stuck out his tongue to taunt and patted his butt to draw enmity. His purpose was to stall for time. Krillin hid in a crevice of the rocks. Unfortunately, no matter where he ran, Frieza could block him. Then, Frieza's single strike directly blew Krillin away. Helplessly, Krillin concealed himself in the water. Unfortunately, he couldn't hold his breath for long. Coupled with Frieza's attack, he could only leap out of the water. But Krillin immediately used the solar flare and continued to flee. At this time, Dende healed Gohan. Vegeta only then understood the truth and asked Krillin why he didn't tell earlier. Krillin said he only knew just now. After recovering, Gohan's combat power increased again. The three of them continuously attacked Frieza, who was chasing after them, but still had no effect. Just when Gohan was about to fight desperately, a Namekian figure stepped in front. Piccolo, after merging, made a dazzling appearance. Piccolo confidently aspired to deal with Frieza alone and asked Dende to find a place to hide. Then Piccolo attacked swiftly but was dodged by Frieza. Piccolo immediately gave chase. The two sides exchanged blows, and the sound was deafening. Piccolo seemed to have the upper hand. However, Frieza quickly counterattacked and continuously sent out waves, shattering the mountain rocks behind him. But Piccolo evaded instantly, and then the attacks continued. Neither side yielded. Frieza used his tail to knock down Piccolo, and Piccolo extended his arm to pull Frieza into the water. Later, Frieza surfaced first. Just as Piccolo also emerged from the water in an instant, Frieza casually sent out a wave. When Frieza thought it was over, Piccolo soared into the air again, surrounded by demonic energy. Frieza rushed over and grabbed Piccolo's collar. At this moment, he was extremely furious, but Piccolo smiled confidently instead, raised his energy again, and shook off Frieza. Piccolo, surrounded by demonic energy, punched Frieza forcefully and chased after with consecutive attacks. The enraged Frieza condensed a lethal shockwave with one hand, then enlarged it and threw it directly at Piccolo. Piccolo was ready to counterattack and sent this move flying directly. By the way, he also sent a KI blast to Frieza. Frieza held the stone with both hands to withstand this strike, then landed on the ground. He looked at Piccolo seriously, and Piccolo also looked at him solemnly. As a result, Piccolo was caught off guard and was instantly knocked to the ground. Frieza was a little smug, but Piccolo took off his heavy cape and hat. It turned out that it was all burdened combat just now. Without uttering a word, Piccolo exerted his full strength seriously. This time, it was Frieza's turn to be in a passive position. After Piccolo gave Frieza a headfirst fall, he continuously sent out waves. However, this move never killed anyone in Dragon Ball. Sure enough, Frieza was already floating in the air. Frieza explained that his power would increase significantly every time he transformed, and he could transform twice more. Then Frieza began to transform. First, sharp horns grew on his back, his shoulders became elastic, and the back of his head became much longer. In this form, Frieza easily caught up with Piccolo's speed. Piccolo couldn't attack him. Frieza held an overwhelming advantage and used the crazy death beam. Although the damage of this move wasn't high, its speed was extremely fast, and Piccolo couldn't dodge it at all. The angry Gohan rushed over to assist. Krillin also wanted to go, but was caught by Vegeta. Vegeta asked Krillin to injure himself quickly. He wanted Dende to heal his serious injuries to enhance his combat power. Simply put, it's using the setting of Dragon Ball to boost combat power. On the other side, Frieza noticed Gohan's attack and dodged. Then Gohan used the Burst Kamehameha. Frieza confidently wanted to take this move head-on. Gohan increased his energy again, and Frieza was slowly pushed to the ground. Unfortunately, in the end, he reflected this move back to Gohan. At this juncture, Piccolo hastily made a move to deflect this wave. Only then did this wave disperse and explode, and its power was truly colossal. But Piccolo seemed to be on the verge of exhaustion. Frieza wondered why Gohan had grown stronger. Then he recalled that Gohan was a Saiyan. At this point, Vegeta told Krillin that getting stronger after near-death and revival was the racial talent of Saiyans. Anyway, make the most of it before the author abandons this setting. And Frieza felt that he had to eliminate the Saiyans promptly and said he didn't believe there were Super Saiyans. Then why are you sweating? Then he was about to transform again to enhance his combat power. After all, this form is overly challenging to draw. At this time, Krillin finally inflicted serious injuries on Vegeta. Gohan took the severely injured Piccolo to hide. However, Dende was unwilling to heal Vegeta because Vegeta had slain too many Namekians. It's truly a case of cause and effect. While saying this, Dende flew to rescue Piccolo. At this time, Krillin explained to Gohan the reason for seriously injuring Vegeta. When Dende was healing Piccolo, he was spotted by Frieza, who was still transforming. Piccolo found it inconceivable and asked if he had this ability. Dende said he was a combat-type Namekian, so he didn't. Piccolo also persuaded Dende to heal Vegeta. At this time, Frieza had completed his transformation. Dende hurriedly rushed to heal Vegeta. After recovering, Vegeta gave Dende a kick to vent his anger, and Frieza finally turned into the familiar and easy-to-draw image that even saved on coloring materials. Krillin wondered why he had become so small. Piccolo said the previous form was cuter. Now this one was basically impossible to defeat. At this time, Frieza's one move directly targeted Dende. Look, even Frieza knew to take out the healer first before the team fight. Frieza instantly materialized behind them. The enraged Gohan's first attack was evaded. Krillin's subsequent kick was also dodged. Piccolo's following palm strike was also dodged. They completely failed to land a hit on Frieza. Vegeta was observing from the air. Then Piccolo sent out a Kai blast, and Frieza dodged. Krillin and Gohan also attacked simultaneously, but no one was in sight. Vegeta hurriedly said it was behind. Frieza instantly employed the double death beam towards Gohan. Vegeta immediately knocked Gohan away to evade this fatal strike. Gohan was about to express his gratitude. Vegeta confidently stated he wanted one more person to watch him win and asked others not to interfere. Vegeta claimed that he was already a Super Saiyan, but Frieza regarded it as a joke. Then Vegeta began to condense his own power. Although his power increased significantly, the color of his hair remained unchanged. Vegeta was extremely confident. Frieza could only say, "Then showcase your strength." Then Vegeta dug out a stone from the ground and attacked Frieza. After Frieza smashed the stone, sand got into his eyes. Vegeta seized the opportunity to attack, and Frieza immediately dodged. Vegeta said, "I saw you," and launched consecutive attacks. Unfortunately, he basically didn't make contact with Frieza and was taunted by Frieza. Vegeta began to doubt himself. Angrily, he sent out Ki blasts to Frieza. After Frieza easily evaded, Vegeta continued to send out Ki blasts to chase, but after Frieza dodged, he appeared in front of Piccolo. Piccolo hurriedly led the team to flee. Vegeta used the infinite diffusion, but still couldn't hit Frieza. Frieza also appeared in front of Vegeta and looked down on him with his tail. At this time, Vegeta soared into the air and launched a move capable of destroying the planet. However, Frieza kicked it back with one foot. This wave exploded in the universe and also crushed Prince Vegeta's confidence. The prince shed tears of despair and fear for the first time. Frieza attacked directly, and Vegeta had already lost his will to fight and was kicked into the water. Frieza directly moved the water aside. He grabbed Vegeta's hair, picked up the crab on him and ate it, slowly tormented Vegeta, and knocked Vegeta down in front of Piccolo and the others, then hung Vegeta with his tail and kept battering him. At this moment, Goku's treatment was finally completed. Vegeta had already given up resisting Frieza. Just when Frieza was about to deliver the final blow to Vegeta, Goku suddenly arrived at the scene. After a few simple exchanges, exchanges of greetings. Goku first complained that Frieza looked so diminutive, and then asked Frieza to release Vegeta. When Vegeta shouted Goku's Saiyan name Kakarot, Frieza realized that Goku resembled the Saiyan Bardock who resisted until the end when he destroyed planet Vegeta. Then Frieza suddenly launched an attack. After Goku evaded, he kicked Frieza away. Frieza's face hurt a little. He continuously launched death beams at Goku, all of which were deflected by Goku with one hand. Vegeta said at this time that Goku was a Super Saiyan and Frieza was doomed. As a result, Frieza seriously injured Vegeta with one strike. Goku questioned Frieza why he was still so ruthless. Vegeta asked Goku not to be sentimental and said that if Goku gave up naivety, he could definitely become a Super Saiyan. Goku still didn't understand. He asked Vegeta to speak less. Vegeta recalled his past and the fear of being dominated by Frieza. He tearfully recounted the tragedy of planet Vegeta to Goku and pleaded with Goku to defeat Frieza for the Saiyans. "This is the saddest time I've witnessed the prince cry." Goku truly felt Vegeta's plea. Angrily, he dug a hole beside him and buried Vegeta well, and Goku was ready to engage in battle with Frieza. Piccolo and the others hurriedly departed to prevent Goku from being distracted. As soon as the battle commenced, it was earth-shattering. The two were evenly matched. After Frieza sent out a wave towards Goku and was evaded, smoke filled the area. Goku concealed himself within it, and Frieza attacked randomly. Goku then discovered that Frieza couldn't sense ki. Then Frieza continued to pursue and also affected Gohan. Piccolo hurriedly protected Gohan, and the battle persisted. After Frieza's wave, Goku and Frieza stood back to back, motionless. When the smoke dissipated, they were seen standing on the stone pillar. After the pillar crumbled, Frieza suddenly vanished. Goku confidently sensed Frieza's position. Suddenly, Frieza jumped out of the water to attack. Goku withstood the wave with one hand and was deeply embedded in the mountain rocks. Then Frieza directly broke through the ground beneath Goku's feet. At this time, the magma began to erupt, and Frieza continued to assail. In a rush, Goku suppressed the magma and warned Frieza not to wantonly destroy other people's planets. Frieza said Goku's strength wasn't bad. Then he attacked Goku. After Goku evaded instantly, he counterattacked with a Kai Blast. Before falling into the water, Frieza evaded this move and knocked Goku into the water with one strike. Goku was contemplating a countermeasure in the water. Because Frieza couldn't sense ki, Goku condensed two Kamehamehas. First, he sent out one to attack Frieza to draw his attention, and then sent out another to mislead Frieza. Finally, Goku delivered a forceful kick to Frieza. Frieza blew up rocks and surfaced, stating that Goku was the first person besides Frieza's father to dirty him. Frieza began to get a little excited. Frieza controlled a bunch of rocks and began to attack Goku frantically, but Goku shattered them all in one go. Then Frieza directly lifted a large chunk of land and hurled it at Goku. Goku didn't dodge but embraced it. After being pushed to the bottom, Goku sliced it and escaped, but was right in Frieza's ambush. Frieza utilized the sealed ball, and Goku couldn't move at the moment. Frieza kicked him around like a ball and then delivered a powerful move to Goku. Goku was thus blown away. The explosion affected a wide range. Piccolo caught Gohan, who was flung out again. However, Goku swiftly evaded at the moment of the explosion. Then Frieza asked Goku, which was preferable, ground battle or air battle? Goku chose the ground battle, so they came to an open space. Frieza was indeed not tall. Goku took off his coat and fought with all his might. Frieza said he wouldn't use both hands. Goku chose to attack first. Then, after Goku's attack was dodged by Frieza, Frieza's consecutive kicks forced him back. Goku also responded with consecutive kicks, but all were evaded. Later, he was swept away continuously by Frieza's tail. Goku supported himself with one hand to avoid hitting the stone. Goku could still feel excited at this time. He attacked Frieza again. After being entangled by Frieza's tail, Goku swept his legs with both hands, grabbed Frieza's tail and threw it away, then quickly appeared in front to prepare for an attack. As a result, Frieza emerged from another place and attacked Goku. Goku was clearly at a disadvantage. Then Frieza used his tail to strangle Goku's neck. Goku, unable to break free, bit down. While Frieza was blowing on his tail, Goku continuously struck Frieza hard. The intolerable Frieza finally punched and knocked down Goku. The standing Goku said Frieza was overly confident, and there were numerous flaws when attacking. Frieza said thanks for the reminder, but the battle should come to an end. He asked Goku for the last time if he wanted to be be his subordinate, and Goku decidedly refused. Frieza said he knew Goku still had some strength in reserve. He said he could defeat Goku as long as he utilized 50% of his strength. Then Frieza was prepared. At this moment, Goku found it extremely difficult to spot a flaw. Frieza wasn't bluffing. Then Goku was punched in the nose by Frieza and received another heavy blow. Goku felt somewhat powerless. Frieza basically held the upper hand. What's even more terrifying is that Goku is now fighting with the 10 times Kaioken. Here's an inserted original plot from the animation. Because the frog-like Ginyu flattered Bulma, Bulma made a translator for him. Then Ginyu exchanged bodies with Bulma. Then they came to Piccolo. Ginyu wanted to exchange bodies with Piccolo, but Gohan caught the frog and threw it away. Ginyu and Bulma exchanged bodies again. Back to the main battlefield, Goku continued to be suppressed. Frieza employed the Grand Splitter, but it was merely to show Goku that he could destroy the planet. Then Frieza kept on attacking Goku. At this point, Goku had no way to fight back. He struggled to stand up but leaned against Frieza, only to be flung into the air by Frieza's tail and plummet into the water. After hurriedly swimming up, Frieza sent out a wave, forcing Goku to duck back underwater. Frieza continuously fired waves on the water's surface, preventing Goku from emerging. When he finally surfaced again, he was immediately stomped into the water by Frieza. Goku gradually lost consciousness and reminisced about the people around him like a revolving lantern. He burst out of the water and desperately employed the 20 times Kaioken, sending Frieza flying and following up with the Kamehameha wave. Frieza blocked it with one hand and counterattacked, resulting in a shockingly powerful explosion. Frieza was furious at his own disheveled state and complained that he was hurt severely just now. Then he started to pummel Goku and grabbed him, demanding to know where his previous vigor had vanished. However, Goku spat in his face, and Frieza prepared to end the battle while Goku was on the verge of giving up. Then came an original animation segment. In Vegeta's consciousness, he cheered Goku on and made him sense the dignity of being a Saiyan. Then Frieza waved his hand, creating a huge crater on the ground. Goku still insisted on fighting, but he was indeed outmatched by Frieza in terms of power. Suddenly, Goku raised his hands towards the sky to gather energy. He was finally about to unleash the Spirit Bomb, but Frieza was somewhat bewildered about Goku's intentions. Goku first extracted power from the remaining objects on Namek, but it wasn't sufficient. He also borrowed some energy from the surrounding stars. The Spirit Bomb gradually coalesced. Its diameter was estimated to be around 50 meters, yet it still wasn't enough to defeat Frieza. Other energies were still slowly approaching. The greatest weaknesses of the Spirit Bomb, aside from the lengthy preparation time, are that you have to hold it high above with both hands. It's incredibly exhausting. If you don't believe it, try holding it for 10 minutes and see if your arms ache. Impatient Frieza knocked Goku away. Goku persisted in maintaining his stance and allowed Frieza to attack. Goku refused to retaliate. Frieza felt underestimated. At this moment, Piccolo asked Gohan and Krillin to transfer their energy to him, and Goku was knocked back into the water once more. Finally, Frieza spotted the Spirit Bomb in the water's reflection and suddenly comprehended. Goku seized the opportunity to leap out of the water and throw a punch. Frieza seized him and was about to deliver a fatal blow. At this instant, Piccolo swiftly came over and delivered a kick to Frieza, sending him flying. Goku continued to gather the Spirit Bomb. Frieza was thoroughly enraged. Piccolo intended to sacrifice himself to hold back Frieza. His assaults failed to harm Frieza, and he was instead suppressed by Frieza. Piccolo had reached his limit. Just as Frieza was about to finish off Piccolo, Gohan and Krillin exerted all their strength to emit ki blasts. Frieza was so enraged that he clenched his fist until it bled. He was ready to annihilate Namek. Eventually, the Spirit Bomb fully coalesced and crashed down directly onto Frieza. It was only then that Frieza realized the existence of the Spirit Bomb. Despite straining with both hands to hold it up, it was to no avail. The Spirit Bomb still pushed Frieza towards the ground. Goku and the others emerged unscathed. Everyone was rejoicing over the eventual defeat of Frieza. Just as everyone was elated, Krillin suddenly let out a loud shout. It turned out that he remembered there was Bulma to search for, startling everyone. In the next second, Frieza appeared above them. Frieza was actually still alive. He launched a sudden assault towards Goku. Piccolo selflessly blocked, resulting in his chest being pierced through. Goku was seething with rage at this moment. He instructed Krillin and Gohan to take Bulma and leave promptly. Then, Frieza seized Krillin. In an instant, Krillin perished. Goku's anger gauge peaked. This time, he finally transformed into a Super Saiyan and told Gohan to take Piccolo away quickly before he lost his sanity. Next video, Super Saiyan vs. Frieza.